I know a story about a boy who hated stories.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy New Year.
Ghost Kills Ollie 2K16 in the
now-
rearview mirror is 10 years old.
That's unbelievable
Almost
when you
old
think
enough to
about
have
it.
a job. Ghost Kills Ollie
Unbelievable.
2K16. Well, we're less than 2 weeks away from Dunk and Egg, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms on our screens.
We're officially in the year of 2 HBO
Jeez.
Game of Thrones universe TV shows.
As you can see on your screen right now, here's a new picture of Tansel and Dunk enjoying some alone time in the middle of the tournament.
His head's cut off. Is that how it's going to be?
Yeah, and it's even more cut off on that
even
one.
better. Have you seen people talking about how she's too short to be Tansel too tall?
Oh my God.
Which I think is so great. Just to confirm, she is 5'10", so take that for
The
what you will.
actress is?
Yeah, the
That's-
actress is.
that's tall.
So that's tall enough for Dunk,
That's
I would
what,
say.
yeah.
I
I
would
was
say.
picturing her between 5'10" and 6'1", personally.
Sure. So if 5'10's too short,
That's still super short to Dunk.
yeah, I know. So I thought that was funny. I was like, there's so little going on that is the discourse that's happening
that's-
right now.
Honestly, yeah, that's kind of the vibe of it. And I'm not
Yeah.
sure how I feel about that. It feels like maybe it could be the calm before the storm. But things are a bit lighter leading into a brand new GOT HBO series launching on our TV screens.
Well, and everything's kind of fun right now. So I feel like there's not, I don't know, I feel like so much of us like to be critical of things and there's just really not a lot to critique
That's
because the
a
vibe is so
good-ass
high.
point. Yeah,
you
that
know?
might be a big part of it because I mean everyone seems to be really happy. We're gonna play a clip of George making a joke in a BTS video, a couple videos that he's in leading up into the show, and I can't remember something like that happening for a really long time. That's just one example of
Exactly.
the energy.
It's so exciting and I think everyone's just having a really good time. And clearly they're having a good time with the run up to all of this, with the night challenge that happened and
Mhm.
all of these different fan opportunities to see episodes before the premiere. So I think that being, I mean, I'm sure people are talking about other things, but that's just something that caught my eye. We're so starved for, I don't know, negative things to say that's
That
what
might
we're
be affecting the
focusing
discourse
on.
online a whole lot.
Yeah.
I'm seeing people sort of infighting about what each other's personal takes are rather than a lot of sort of obvious glaring facts about the series so far. So I don't know.
I hope it stays that way. We might be in for a fun couple of weeks.
So what's the runtime for episode 1?
42 minutes. It's the longest episode in the series or in the season. So 42 minutes, and then we hover around 30-ish throughout the remainder of the 5 episodes. So take that for what you will.
The biggest amount of setup.
Yeah.
It makes sense to spend more time in episode 1 outside of Ashford, setting up Dunk, setting up Egg, setting up the inn
Yeah.
before we get to Ashford. And so that having more bulk, I expect that'll be the first 15 minutes or so of the episode. And then we'll probably have the same amount of Ashford time in each
For
of the following,
duration.
for the season.
It's kind of interesting because, I mean, we look at back in the day when episodes were a very specific set of time because we're accounting for things like commercials and everything. And now with everything on streaming, I feel like that's not as much of...
Yeah, it really changed in the 2010s.
Yeah, so you can have an episode that's 37 minutes,
Yeah.
which is episode 5.
And technically,
you know?
with so much HBO television show watching that happened in the 2000s, they could have done that the entire time. But it's just more convenient for your scheduling, I guess.
Well,
if
and when
the
you think
hour
about like
blocks line up really
commercials
great.
and things and all that kind of thing.
But
It's
they don't
like,
have commercials on HBO, so they didn't really have that problem.
oh, that's true. That's true.
They would just have staging clips between what shows were on next.
That's true.
Yeah.
So like a 33-minute episode just doesn't necessarily make sense.
But it seems like when they start to twiddle with the time and stuff, that sort of molded over time. If you even look at the runtimes of the early GOT episodes versus how it started to be whenever they were getting like really serious about showing off the artistic quality of the show when it got really popular.
Mm-hmm.
You can sort of see it change over time to having more custom, like this season only has this amount of episodes, or this episode is one of our episode 9s, and so it's 10 minutes longer than the rest of the season, but they're all about an hour.
Establishing shots. This one, the establishing shots are going to go
That's something we used to
wild
talk
for 10
about years
minutes.
ago too.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my god, episode 6 is an hour and 5 minutes, so that's going to have that ending scene. That's when Lady Stoneheart gets revealed.
Right. It kind of made me think about that because it's, I mean, this is the first time we're getting such short episodes in the universe, but the fact that we have the ability to not be locked into a TV schedule anymore. And so they have a little bit more creativity. And so it's like, okay, we definitely need this extra 1 minute to make the episode perfect instead of locking it into a 30-minute time block. That might be, again, stretching me thinking about like just like desperate for something to really be thinking about. But it was just an interesting thing to look at now that we have the official runtime. So
we're going to be looking at those runtimes and the potential titles and comparing them to our book read through that we did a year and a half ago for the Hedge Knight. Later on the podcast, probably like in a week or within a week. Like we said before, we're also going to be finishing up the Mystery Night, so keep that in the back of your mind.
Everybody get your owns ready. It's a busy week.
Not only owns, but tell us what you think might happen chronologically in those episodes based on all the cool stuff we have to look at. I mean, look at that.
I'm kind of excited to piece between all the interviews that we've had, between the text, between the trailers. I think it's going to be kind of fun for us to piece together what might happen in each episode. And so everyone's wheels better start turning because I'm excited for that discussion.
And I think we might be able to maybe guess what parts will be, they'll have stuff that's off page that they add in to sort of bulk up time in certain points. Yeah. If they need to make
the laughing storm where Lionel's going to come into play.
Or when and where we're meeting the Fossleways, or like at what point we're having the private meeting where Baelor is sharing the room with multiple people, including another Targaryen. I'm trying not to be too spoilery, like chronologically when that all happens. So we're gonna get into that on another cast. But the over the next couple of weeks, the HBO is putting on. Well, I guess I'm not sure if it's an HBO adjacent thing, but I know that George and Ira Parker, the showrunner for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, are going to be in Berlin, Germany on January 12th, and they'll be premiering 2 episodes at a custom movie theater, a lot like George's in Berlin. People are going to be able to go ask them questions and then also watch 2 episodes of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. No big deal.
How do we book tickets ASAP? It's so fun though to see George.
Wait, where's our invite from George? That's the real question.
What the heck?
Coming out in Germany.
It is so fun to see him so heavily involved in the promotion of this series and just to see him on the road having open conversations, filming promo for the show.
Inspired by our hero, Sir Duncan de Tall.
Never heard of him.
Do you know someone who lives by the knightly ideals? Honor, courage, self-sacrifice? Nominate them. No armor required.
What?
Make a quick video
gonna go out of business.
Why they deserve it. Or even better, show them in action.
We did not see enough of them.
I might
in
just
action.
knight them at our premiere.
Whoa!
Action? Action. Hey, I always wait for the directors to say action. Did I still do that? Maybe I'm old-fashioned.
Hannah missed the deadline.
We missed the deadline, which is pretty messed up. But I'm curious to see if any of you participated in this. Will you please send me your videos because I want to see them.
She wants to make fun of them personally.
I don't want to make fun of them. I want to see them. I want to see them because I think it's fun. I was making fun of some of them that I saw because it's just a bunch of girls nominating their man. But if you could show your man in action as a knight, then more power to you. So, but it's just kind of silly and fun, you know?
Yeah.
I just like #Knight Challenge. It's silly. And I like that George is all in on the promotion for this because
me too.
It just feels like it's been
He must really
while.
like it.
Yeah.
Or they're paying him a lot of money.
Yeah, or is
one of the
something's
two
running
things.
out. Either way, I'm happy. I don't really care with the why.
Or the streaming numbers are so down that we're pulling out all the stops.
So the winner of the #Knight Challenge gets to go to the fan premiere in LA on January 17th.
Well, they're only going to get to watch one episode.
Not good enough.
They don't get to hang out with the guy and the other guy.
Maybe the leaks will be online by then. Episode 2.
But I think that I'm so confused by it because I looked at the capacity, for all of these theaters at the Century City AMC, and we're talking a couple hundred people there.
Yeah. First come,
these
first
rooms
serve.
can get booked out for birthday parties too.
Yeah.
I'm sure that HBO paid a higher ticket price for this event to be held there. It says that turning tires encouraged, to arrive early for photo ops and surprises. So that means there's going to be some kind of a staging area and maybe some displays, some kind of exhibits. There's not a lot of information, but I assume something like that's happening.
RSVP does not guarantee entry, so people better start getting in line yesterday.
Kind of start lining up. I'm sure there'll be some kind of spillover. I'm not sure how that's going to be done. Maybe they'll use multiple theaters for it.
Hopefully somebody will record at least the line experience, or at least some of the pre-stuff.
I hope that Dragon Demands goes.
Yeah, we need the info.
For us, man.
We're going to once again think Wins a Winner is going to get announced.
We'll fund half your trip right now for the coverage. But Georgia's going to be going from Berlin to this within 5 days.
What a fun time.
So a lot of work for the promotion.
Yeah, it's really exciting just to kind of see that level of participation.
And it's going to be fun to be able to see the episode in that environment. So if you are anywhere near that and you listen to this podcast, you got to get yourself out there to go.
Well,
you'll regret if you miss the experience.
Remember season 5? Game of Thrones season 5 in theaters? Mm-hmm. What a fun experience that was. That's the last time I saw a Song of Ice and Fire show in theaters.
Actually, no, it was season 4.
Was it 4?
Yeah, it was season 4, yeah.
Either way.
Battle at the Wall.
I had the time of my life, so I hope everybody has a good time.
So cool. Man. Been going on for a really long time, guys.
I know. So while all this is going on, Night of the Seven Kingdoms hype is building. We did get some House of the Dragon news.
Ryan Condal must steal the thunder of a Night of the Seven Kingdoms. He's like, wait a second. Talk about my show.
Love that for him.
Hilarious.
He went on a podcast and spilled some info about season 3 and season 4.
What a great way to bring the combo back to Hot D, though.
I know.
If you wanted to, if that's something he wanted to, you have your own platform to do it on, and the news reporters are still going to pick up on your quote. And they did.
Yeah,
they did. It started really being posted within fandom, and then from there, all the coverage got blown up.
Well, because it was a rumor.
It's official.
For a long time, and not for a long time, but for the past couple months, there's been this rumor.
This was posted in November, so it was the past couple months.
Yeah. Whoever started this rumor, whether it was Deadline or who, that season 4 was going to be the end of House of the Dragon, and that would be it.
Right.
And I think that we all kind of felt that in our hearts and minds.
It was sort of the talk from the beginning.
It was.
That was definitely the vibe. But there was also the vibe from George that, like, if the option was for there to be more, then that could and would be a good thing based on how the book could potentially be adapted.
Exactly. And everything's just been so successful. There's just been so much fanfare, and we've gotten all these release dates.
We stretched out the final season of GOT.
Yeah, why not this?
It's been the thing for a while, yeah. A lot of stuff happened in November regarding the scheduling of all these shows. We got these graphics. We got the confirmation of season 2 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And within that, not having a confirmation about the final season of Hot D, I think that's really where the font of the potential of there being a 5th season got started. And then Ryan just came in and confirmed it. We have the clip right here.
Yeah, let's watch it.
We shot a gigantic series, so I'm feeling bullish.
Are you getting like rough cuts and stuff?
Yeah.
How's your health, Ryan?
And see, I hope it's pretty good. I don't know. Okay. We're talking full body scans before this. Exactly. I guess I got to go put myself.
I gotta go check that out
in the tube.
Put yourself in the machine.
Yeah, but no, I feel good, and walking a lot more now because I have to go into central London, so doing the on foot and tube commute a lot. But it's good. It's good. It's definitely like turned a big page here, and now also knowing there's only one more left to go, and feeling we can leave it all out on the field, because we've started the sort of writing process for season 4, and which will be the last one.
I love how he slipped it in so casually. This will be the last one, and then finally kind of gave confirmation. So he talked a little bit more about kind of the production and all of that process. If you want to go and take a look, I think we retweeted it, but it's exciting to hear progress is being made. And I think that we've been talking summer 2026 in this very vague way. And it seems like there's movement in that direction. So whatever that actually ends up being like, we had the Matt Smith hinting at August. Did you see that clip?
Yeah.
Him kind of accidentally saying he thinks it comes out in August. So I don't know. We'll see. But filming's wrapped. Season 4's writing is underway. It better be if they're going to be able to air it in 2028. They got to get to work now.
That's true. They really committed to that ahead of time.
Yeah, they did, which was bold of them.
Super bold.
But it's exciting. There's so many things ahead. And I mean, I'm assuming we're getting at least, if not just 3 seasons of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which will take us into 2029, unless we have another blockbuster year in 2028 with another 2-header. But This is a fun time.
Is what we're looking at.
You know what I was thinking about? The Iron Throne play.
Yeah.
Remember how we were supposed to get that in 2025, but we haven't heard anything about it in like 2 years?
Yep.
I wonder what that's going to be like.
I mean, I think it's going to be good. I would be really
great.
excited to see it. I whenever anything is translated from pop culture into a proper stage play, they usually put a little bit of extra pizzazz into it. Even the off-Broadway type of stuff. It just has like, it's the same thing as these fan communities. It just brings so much energy from the quality of the idea itself. It's just a little bit deeper. It went through a lot more editing processes than like a random musical did. It just, it carries a lot of the fandom heart as well to it. And I just like watching the Cursed Child play. I really did not like the script, but you could tell that they were like, we're spending money on this production.
The stage presence was incredible.
And
so
I think that the production of this would be outstanding. We've talked about it a ton in the past before. And, when we asked George about it, it was something that's still, in progress.
I know, that's why I kind of forgot about it until we were looking at this. And I was like, oh, yeah, I was so excited for the stage project to come to life.
If you're watching and not listening, we've got a list of the potential projects that are up in the air. We got Hot D, United Seven Kingdoms, a potential GOT movie, and that could also be coupled with the potential series that was being spoken about, that George had a quote speaking about over the past month. I forget the exact date, but he confirmed that there would be potential for, series adapting beyond GOT, and that they have been talking about those projects with HBO and with the money people. And so that's a pretty big scoop, or not scoop, but a pretty big thing to hear directly from the source, that if like what they're potentially doing with the Hunt for Gollum with the Lord of the Rings that I told you about a couple days ago, going beyond the pages of Tolkien seems like, oh my God, like mythical sacrilege almost. But if handled really well and done really well, it could be super fun.
And with George's blessing, it's even better.
Still being able to participate is really exciting. So that's what that movie could be, or it's what it could also turn into a series, which I think we would all prefer. But it would be cool to see a film done either way, just to see how they would do it. I think personally that Aegon's Conquest would be a fantastic movie, even though it would be a fantastic series. That would be the same deal there. You could see the stylized thematic ability to turn Aegon's Conquest into like a nice 3-hour film, not getting into the nitty-gritty details. You can make it almost like a Cloud Atlas, I guess, with how the time is changing, like from old Valyria and all the things that happen near Westeros. But yeah, I don't know. That could be a great series too, but that's in the air. So are Nymeria's 10,000 Ships, the multiple animated projects, E.T., different areas of Westeros that it would be really difficult to put on camera, really is what that comes down to, I think, or really the scale of what's required to adapt that.
Right. Or just another opportunity to like flex in a different creative way.
That too. That we'll see like End of the Crossroads animated. You know what I mean?
I would love that.
I would love that too. Almost Disney Robin Hood kind of vibe.
And I'm not really an anime girly, but I know that like that style is so popular. Yeah. With the teens, especially.
Yeah.
If we could reach a different audience. The perfect actor and fly them out to Ireland, 3 times a year either. I would love to see that. So it's just really exciting. We've been in a drought. There has not been that much content. Really, since season 8 ended, we've had 2 seasons of House of the Dragon that have been spaced out far too long. They were excited when they were here, but it wasn't like the 2010s. Too much time apart, and we're coming into this era of really exciting series on our screens, and maybe wins a winner, which Hope will always be alive for. So it's about to be a really good time, and it starts in less than 2 weeks. Here's my question for you. What do you predict that's going to go down in 2026? Like how are these shows gonna be executed? Like how they're gonna pull them off? How do you think people will like them? How do you think fans like us will like them? I think that A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is going to be a smashing success. I think that it's going to bring people either back into the fold or into the fold who have never been here before. I know that fandom is a weird thing in 2026, and the landscape of that looks much different than it did when Game of Thrones was airing. But I do think that A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is going to bring in new people to the fold.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about House of the Dragon season 3. A little, to be honest. But we have a long time, and they have a while in post-production to prepare for that. So I'm a little, to be honest, less optimistic about House of the Dragon, just because I'm less excited about where that story's going compared to what the fanfare around A Night of the Seven Kingdoms has been. So my mind may be changed when we start ramping up to season 3, but just with the gap between season 2, it's just like, okay.
When you start seeing press footage of Otto again,
I'm going to get
you'll remember.
hyped. Well, and I was thinking about Viserys the other day, and I was like, I miss you.
Time for a rewatch.
Yeah, so I think I'll be able to get back into that coming off the high of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. But I think that when we look at 2026, that's going to be the marker of A Song of Ice and Fire this year. Is going to be A Night of the Seven Kingdoms and how that was received. And just the fact that we know that we're going to get a season next year, too. And they're not going to make us wait 2 years in between seasons and kind of kill the vibe.
Tumblr was still around. This is
I know.
Literal ammunition for a year of Tumblr.
I know.
This season will be.
Bring me back, So
it'll be something else. It'll be something different. It's been so long that a whole new thing, a whole new way for new fans to come into the space will unfold.
That's what I'm hopeful for with A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I just feel like so much excitement is riding on the back of that for me, and just to see George's involvement and all this weird, silly stuff that they're doing. And I say that with like as much enjoyment as a person could ever have out of life. All this weird, silly stuff that they're doing. I love it. I love that it doesn't have to be this serious, we shot this into the ground, we're making high cinema type of thing, which is fine. That's a different approach. I like that we're able to, like I said, flex different creative muscles within the universe itself. And so I think that A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is just going to really overshadow anything else that happens this year. And I think it would be really awesome if off the back of that or going into season 2, we can get What's a Winner.
Yeah.
When people are paying attention again. So,
well, I mean, just look at this year spread. So from 2026 to 2028, we've got it mapped out between Hot D and A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Well, and
on
probably
TV.
2029.
And probably 2029, and we've got all these potential projects in the air. And so we just have to keep in mind that we've also got the Winds of Winter hovering like a giant specter.
Take your time.
Right beside the person juggling all of these balls in the air. It's not even a ball. It's the world around the person that the person is standing in. And we've got all these great ideas that could be adapted. And there are people that are craftsmen that would love to work on this stuff. And there are fans that would love to watch this. And there's money to be spent on these ideas. And so they could be popping up within this timeline, or it could be after. But it seems like we're like definitely 100% transitioning into a new era of all this. It's
very exciting.
And it is very exciting.
Like I said, I think we're going to get Kingdoms in 29. So like we are looking at years of content ahead of us.
And so for all of you listening, what do you think?
Is your pulse check the same as ours?
I think that Hot D is gonna go off well. I think we're all gonna be really shocked. I think that we're gonna be brought back to a lot of how season 2 made us feel. At certain moments, the show definitely reaches that level for me, especially when I just am thinking about the genre and the way the genre itself is being captured. I think that we've all got slightly blurred vision because of how much we love the world.
We're almost too dialed in on the drama surrounding. You know what I mean? Like we're almost too dialed in. So over the next handful of days, as we ramp up to the premiere of episode 1, season 1 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, we are going to finish the Mystery Night.
Which is nuts. You would have told us starting these books, taking them out piece by piece, part by part, analyzing, obsessing over the illustrations.
I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to be talking a lot about Bloodraven over the next couple of days.
What better topic right before the Hedge Knight than Bloodraven? What's better topic before a new HBO GOT adaptation than please send us in your thoughts about Bloodraven.
Let's get back to our roots.
We need your theories about Bloodraven. So that'll be the next couple of weeks. And we're also going to be, like we said before, jumping in with a Hedge Knight entire novella season 1 adaptation focus that will be spoiler filled. So if you haven't read the book yet or haven't listened to our shows, don't listen to that episode.
Or you've got time.
Oh, you've got time to read it.
That's
true.
You can read it in one sitting. Let's be honest.
Yeah, what am I thinking? Just read the book.
We will put out official calls for that on all of our socials. So look for Game of Owns on X, on Insta. You can send us an email to contact@gameofowns.com. Send it all our way. And with that, we will see you very soon.
See you on the next one.
Bye.